Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome back. In today's video update here for Dogecoin, we are trading at 0.07825. 24-hour volume, we're down 22%, and market cap, we're down 0.13%. So heading over to our daily time frame here, you guys, it has been a while since I've made a video for Dogecoin, but in our last video, we were talking about some supply and demand zones. If the price does fall down, this area, it's going to come down to this next area of supply. And that's exactly what we're seeing in the last couple of days here for Dogecoin itself. So we have seen Dogecoin in ever since that break from that double top chart pattern coming down to this area of supply from the 7830 all the way down here for the 7332. So we can already see some of our candlestick wicks dipping into the supply. And essentially, if we're not able to hold at the very top here for an area of support, this is where we're going to see Dogecoin come down to. So either come down to that support where it's relatively closer to our 23% of our fib, and then kind of consolidate sideways, which does mean the price is going to come down to that support, come up to that resistance, and then zigzag through. If we take a look at the overall movement of this current trend for Dogecoin on the daily time frame, you guys, you have guessed it, we are in that downwards trend. We can already see what the RSI did break and gave us that sell opportunity or that sell signal once we saw the K line dip below our D line. But most importantly, the RSI is found well below the 50%. So we can anticipate this happening for the next couple of days here for this bearish movement. If we do take a look here at an area of support with our RSI, we can see that the RSI here did a pivot of a correction at 41%. So we could retest the 41% of our RSI here for an area of support. Seeing that the RSI here is at 42%, it is at that 1% for an area of support to see if we're able to see that nice retracement in an upwards direction. But I wanted to zoom in here and show you guys this candlestick. And essentially, today's candlestick is going to determine the overall flow, where the price is going to go. So here we see this doji candlestick. So whenever we see this cross candlestick, that's called a doji candlestick. And essentially that the bulls and the bears are basically equal at this point. There's really no impulse, there's no surge of the bears pulling the price as low as it can, or the bulls trying to push the price as high as they can. This is basically making it very equal for both sides. So we are very reliant in going into this today's candlestick and seeing how this candlestick closes, because it's going to give us confirmation of where the price is going to go. And of course, if we already see our RSI being below 50, and if we see the MACD indicator being very strong in the bear trend itself, we essentially know where this candlestick is going to close in the red. So take that into account, you guys. We may actually see that price coming down and dipping into this area of support. But quickly looking over to our 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame here, we can see multiple things observing here. So one of the things here, we can see our trend line that we are continuously making a lot of higher low swing candles, essentially showing us that weakness of the bulls and the bears trying to push the price as low as it can. Now, taking a look at the RSI here, I wanted to show you guys in the 4-hour time frame an area of resistance. Here essentially is the resistance of the RSI. Again, notice that we are below that 50% continuation of this bear trend, but at the 40% we are hitting that resistance level. So even though the price is not observed at the very uptrend, we can already predict that if the price is going to come up to this trend line, we're at that 40% RSI. We may see that rejection at the 40% because we've seen that multiple rejection as well. Going into that 2-hour time frame, take a look at the MACD indicator, how long it has been above the 0% into that into those dark green histograms. But again, where the RSI is found is below that 50. So we're not seeing that impulse. We're not seeing that breakout. But what we do observe in the 2-hour time frame is how small these histograms are continuing to be, meaning that we may see that switch from the green over to the red at an area of support. And when we do break that area of support, and when we do see the green go over to the MACD into that red, that is when the price is essentially going to break break downwards. And that's where we're going to see that continuation of that overall trend here, where we see in that day trend, okay? Because what we're seeing is the price is coming down to that support, coming up to that resistance, and it may again be a temporary pause of the continuation of the downtrend, or it could be a complete reversal depending on what we do see in the other charts. And on the other charts here, guys, we do see that a probability of that breakthrough is going to happen on the downwards trend. Going into the 1 hour time frame, really there's not a whole lot that I do see here, with the exception of this candlestick here. Zooming in on this candlestick here, we could say this is a shooting star candlestick. Essentially, I do want to see this body a little bit smaller, but it still kind of gives us the same idea that the sellers are pushing the price as low as it can, because in this 1 hour time frame, we see the body is below that 50% of the entire range of the candlestick. Going into this candlestick here that we do see, this again could be a hanging man candlestick with the body being at the very top here, still a bearish candlestick. So knowing these two combined and the characteristics, we are most likely going to see the RSI drop closer to that 40% and retesting that area of support. But again, that is my video here for Dogecoin. I don't see a whole lot of bullish hints in that marketplace that we are seeing in the time frames that I have seen. But if you guys do see something that I'm missing, definitely let me know down below in the comments. Like, subscribe, and comment down below to let me know what you guys think. But I will see you guys next time. Bye.